Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, and my friends, the day I have always feared has come, because I'm probably gonna break a lot of your guys' hearts here. So Angel has joined the King of Fighters 15, and in a lot of the trailers here, I say for a lot of the sexier ladies that I'm here to scare you off the character, and for this, I really mean it. Angel is one of the most complex characters in the history of fighting games. So yeah, I know she looks good, but if you want to play her, you really gotta earn it. So on top of the usual trailer breakdown and just little bits of the lore and story, this will also double a little bit as a guide to the character, just so you can understand how she works, because she's really complex. So first off, let's talk a little bit about the lore. Let's talk a little bit about Angel's story. And she's not a good person. Just so you know, when it comes to evil people in the King of Fighters, she's definitely up there. So she works for the Nests cartel. Nests of the famed Nests saga. That would be King of Fighters 99, 2000, 2001. And she makes her first appearance in the King of Fighters 2001. Despite her popularity, she's actually not in many games. She's only in King of Fighters 2001, 2002, and 14, and well, now 15. Now, working for the Nest cartel, her primary function is killing people, basically. So the Nest cartel kidnaps a lot of people, and a lot of children at that, and do a lot of biological experimentation on people. And anyone who tries to escape, Angel's job is to kill them. She did a lot of her work with K9999, who was written out of the timeline because as the story goes, they feared reprisals and lawsuits because K999 is exactly a ripoff of Tetsuo from Akira. So he got written out of the canon, so who even knows how that relationship works anymore. But in the end, effectively, her and Nest both turned on each other, and she's been on the run from rogue Nest agents ever since. Doesn't exactly forgive her crimes, though, leading into the King of Fighters 14. Ramon, who very famously has a weakness for the ladies, basically just brings her on the Team Mexico because why not? Using the infallible logic of pro wrestling, if a good guy can turn into a bad guy can turn into a good guy. And thus, now Angel is a wrestler, the angel of justice, friend to children everywhere. And as for her dark past and answering for her many crimes, she's hot, so we don't worry about that. It's inconvenient to talk about it, so we're just gonna completely brush past it. Now, in the King of Fighters 15, Angel is no longer part of Team Mexico, and in fact, it's kind of a mystery where she's gonna be now. As she's not on the K-Dash team, she's not on the Ash Crimson team, those are the two teams we have open, so she's on the third final mystery team that has absolutely nobody confirmed yet except for herself. So who could that team be? Hey, could it be the Nest team reborn? So like Foxy and Kula rejoining? I really doubt that, considering she tried to kill Foxy and Kula, so that's not going to happen. Could it be K9999 returning? That'd be something. That'd be shattering all expectations, but really in the end, who knows? She's effectively muscle for hire at this point, so she could really be with any team. The final mystery team, who knows? I guess we'll find out at the very end of all things. Speaking of being the muscle of the team, she's also enhanced with cyborg parts, so she does have superhuman speed and strength. While not at the upper echelons of strength, she is canonically one of the stronger characters in the King of Fighters. Now that's all the fun lore stuff, so now let's talk about some of her gameplay, and let me introduce you to the term unchain circle, which is why she's one of the more complex characters in all of fighting games, and why if you want to learn her, you're going to have to really invest some time. Alright, so gameplay stuff. Before we get to the part where I scare you off, she actually has a lot of inspirations from The Rock. Yeah, that Rock. She does the rock bottom, she does the people's elbow, there's a lot of wrestling in Angel. Outside of the Unchained Circle, the thing that makes her very special, there's not actually much special about her. Her normals are pretty ho-hum. She doesn't really have a lot to circumvent fireballs and a lot. She has to run her way in. She does have one of the best cross-ups in the game, though, with the jump heavy punch, as it's just a beast of a cross-up. This combined with her unique combo structure, her meterless damage is much higher than average. And it wouldn't be King of Fighters if she didn't have a command grab. Did you know 16 of the currently announced 35 characters have command grabs? Well, now you know. And now let's talk the Unchain. So this is the Unchain. So we have our Unchain start, we have Unchain circle, we have feints, which is a whole different thing, and we have our Unchain finished. Now, on its absolute most baby basic way you can explain this, I guess you could say it's a Rekka series, but it's so much more than that. So we have our starters. This is what starts everything. There's a lot of options. We have a low, there's an overhead, so you already got the 50-50 kind of right out of the bat, right? We have a multi-hitting strike, which is one of our long ranges move, a big punch, which can be turned into a guard break, and a short range teleport. So one of these options is how you start all this nonsense. Once you start part 1, there's 6 follow-ups: up and punch, forward and punch, down and punch, up and kick, forward and kick, and down and kick. You have to do the first part first, and these are your follow-ups. And then our finale from there, doing part 1, then part 2. So part 1, part 2, a third part here, one of the options is a leaping command grab. Another option from there is basically a hit strike grab that'll launch them full screen. Another ending option is just a full-on launcher and launches the enemy very high up. Another is a just giant strike forward, which will always wall bounce no matter where they are on the screen. And the final option is a triple hitting overhead. So if just these things taken on its own, right? If that was just how this worked, then it would just simply be the most complex Rekka in the history of fighting games. So already big, right? But there's a lot more to dig in. Any move in the middle part of the sequence can be feint canceled, and you can feint cancel backwards, forwards, or in place. So you can do this to bait out punishes, bait out reversals, or try to sneak your way in and get like an extra cheeky command grab or something like that. So that's yet another layer. And here's the big thing. So we have our starter, middle, and end, right? Any part of the 6 middle moves can all chain into each other under very specific rules. So we have up punch, forward punch, down punch, up kick, forward kick, down kick. And any single one of those can go into a different one of those as long as it's a different direction and button. So up punch can go into forward kick, can go into down punch, can go into up kick, if you catch my meaning, right? And you're allowed to cycle through all these till you go through all of them, creating some pretty messed up block situations and also some pretty inventive combos. Like this whole sequence here has 3 lows, an overhead, and ends in a command grab. In a way, kind of good luck blocking, right? So with all this, you can start this with a low, you can start this with an overhead. If you're in max mode in 14, you can do a guard break, which guarantees a move if you block. And thanks to 15, you have EX everywhere, so you can do this on demand whenever you want. A free guard break along with a command grab. So good luck blocking the start of all this, right? And when it comes to more stuff, like if you do the command run, the slash mini teleport, you can just immediately go into one of the follow-ups, the middle part off the bat, which gives her good pressure with just running punch, that kind of stuff. Unchained middle forward kick is a super quick overhead, which goes into the strike grab ender. Good luck blocking that. It's a wicked fast overhead, and she can still throw out a million lows. So just as some examples here, like off a very basic block string, I can go low into a quick overhead into a finisher. You know, good luck blocking that, right? Conversely, off a basic block string, I can go overhead into a low, and since it's middle of Unchained, I can go into more options from there, more lows or more overheads. And since we can EX anywhere in King of Fighters 15, if you dare block too long, guard crush into guaranteed follow-ups, and the launch into super. This is all guaranteed. And plus, she can just command grab you too on top of all this, right? So she's got lots of options. So I probably didn't even explain it the best, honestly, but Unchained Circle is a super complex mechanic, and the amount of time it would take for you to learn on Hell, you could probably learn like 3 other characters, so just be warned. Like, yeah, she's the boob character, but she's super, super advanced. Alright, so now all that out of the way, let's get to the trailer breakdown. So on Hell, looking good. The KoF 15 graphics definitely doing her justice. So as always, a bunch of normals. That's stand heavy, close heavy kick. This is down heavy punch. This is her jumping heavy punch. And mentioned it earlier in the video, but this is one of the best cross-ups in all of the King of Fighters. We have her sweep and her blowback attack. The animation for the blowback attack is actually all new. In King of Fighters 14 was kind of a stubby punch. She doesn't have the longest range normals, so this kick looks pretty decently ranged, so that actually could help her neutral quite a bit. After that, we have this little vignette. Ramon talking about, hey, dinosaur me. No, we'll put on a show, let's join together. And she's kind of like, maybe not so much. This definitely reads to me like she's the one who blew off Team Mexico. So whatever she's doing, she's definitely on her own now. Going from that, we have a forward throw. This is her basic throw. Forward light kick command normal. Now this is critical for her combo structure, although you'll almost certainly cancel it before the second hit, but very important move. Now this is a big one. EX hit grab. Oh hey, it has a follow-up now. That's cool, right? You know, different animation. That's neat. But it's not a hit grab anymore. It's a grab. This move is now a true command grab. When the move connects, you can see a red flash that is indicative of a command grab in the King of Fighters 15. Red flash means this is a grab that cannot be teched. So now on top of the other command grab she already has, she now has a rushing forward, like running bear grab style of command grab. So this definitely helps her out big time. The EX version of this move before, I'm not going to say it was useless, but it was definitely very little use. And now it being a proper command grab, this is a big deal. Definitely use this to sneak in some extra damage when they're not expecting it, because you are allowed to use it from a range. Next we see her parry super. So this is a rock bottom into the people's elbow. So the one thing here, it's very strong, gets grounded and air normals, but the window is kind of short. So you definitely have to believe in it. Okay, now time to get into the weeds with the unchain stuff. So back forward kick unchain, forward punch unchain, forward punch ender. Next up we have back forward kick again, up and kick into our final ender, which is a grab, a command grab, and it's changed actually because it no longer switches sides. In King of Fighters 14, you would switch sides. In this game, you remain the same side. This next one, close heavy kick, forward light kick command normal, down forward light kick low, down punch, forward kick for the unchained stuff, and then our ender is our quarter circle forward heavy punch. So in this example here, we have our unchained starter low, and then 2 rechains, then going for the ender. Once again, it's not quite a Rekka series. You can go for as many rechains as you think you can sneak in there. Here we see an unchained feint. So this is the second part of the unchained, the forward punch, which is an overhead, canceling it into the unchained feint, so the uppercut whiffs. Now, so much is happening here. So first off, the command grab. That's normal, right? But the command grab, she's going into the unchained back forward kick starter, which normally would never connect. It doesn't work that way in King of Fighters 14. And she gets a whole combo off it, right? So that means her mid-screen potential off her command grab is way better than it ever was before. So we have that, and then she goes for her EX teleport / run move after the rechain, and now it has a hitbox and launches? So basically that's just gonna revolutionize her entire combo structure effectively, right? And of course, since it's technically a starter, you get to rechain into your second area of your unchain after the fact. So basically her command grab is much more deadly mid-screen, and she's just gonna have more combo options everywhere on the screen, thanks to the EX run change, having a hitbox and launching on top of that. It's pretty crazy stuff. Another new thing, so we have a hit confirm starter here. So back forward kick, forward punch, forward punch ender. And right here, so the down kick unchain. It juggled. In this kind of situation after the launcher, it would never juggle like this. So this also allows for all new combo routes. Here you get an example of the command grab launch going into the corner. So back forward kick, up and punch, forward punch, and then going for a level 2 super. Once again, the Unchained system is complex, but it allows for everything as far as our combos go. And ending off here, we have another example combo here. So we have her level 2 rush super, and it goes into the climax cancel, the level 3 super, except fade the black. We don't quite get to see it. And that's the trailer. No team complete, so she's not part of the K- team, she's not part of the Ash Crimson team. She is on the final team that is a complete mystery, well, except for herself. So that will be revealed in the coming weeks, I am sure. Now, as for the character herself, once again, she's going to be the most difficult character in this game, bar none. If you are new to the King of Fighters, it will be harder to learn Angel than every single other character in this game. In the time that you properly learn this character, you could probably learn like 3 characters. Like, you are going to be putting in more time and more effort just because the unique way her offense flows, and you have to learn it, both for basic pressure, for combos, for everything. So if you want her for your waifu, as it were, then you are going to have to fight for her. You are going to have to put in the hours. So if that scares you off, hey, no shame in it. Once again, she's the most difficult character in this game. No one else will be anywhere near as hard. But if that doesn't scare you off and you're willing to give it the old college try, then hey, more power to you. That all said, the team stuff is very interesting. We just have to wait a bit longer. I bet the next couple trailers will fill out the K- team and the Ash Crimson team. I'm assuming Elizabeth and Kula, but that remains to be seen. Otherwise, we're at the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some King of Fighters.